your label, do they really know what happened?
Who shot you?
To keep the situation off the internet. But you dragging it. Motherfuckers talking about I hit this nigga. I never hit you. Motherfuckers was like, oh, she mad because he's trying to fuck with Kylie. No, I wasn't. Like, you dry shot me. Like, everybody in the car, it's only 4 motherfuckers in the car. Me, you, my homegirl, and your security. Everybody in the car arguing. I'm in the front seat. This nigga in the back seat. I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the back seat of the car started shooting me. You shot me. I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. When the police, because the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police. This did not happen at Kylie's house. This happened damn near back at the house I was staying at. I was just trying to get home. We was 5 minutes away from my spot. The police come. I'm scared. All this shit going on with the police is shooting motherfuckers for anything. The police was literally killing black people for no motherfucking reason. Soon as the police tell us all get out the motherfucking car, the police is really aggressive. You think I'm about to tell the police that we niggas, us black people, got a gun in the car? You want me to tell the laws that we got a gun in the car so they can shoot all of us up? Nigga, I'm scared. It's a fucking helicopter over us and some more shit. Why the fuck would I tell the laws somebody got a gun in this car and this nigga shot me? So I can get shot, you can get shot, she can get shot, he can get shot. I ain't tell the police what happened immediately right then because I didn't want to die. I don't want the police to shoot me because it's a nigga with a gun in the car. I'm leaking, I'm bleeding.
Hey guys, my name is Brittany Janae. Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we are going to talk about Torey Lanez and this new evidence that he apparently has, and his defense team is trying to get him pardoned from the government, or I would think they could probably do a post-conviction relief, but whatever. So let's get into it.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
All right, y'all. So if you have been living under a rock, Torey Lanez apparently has some new evidence that can get him free from prison. I don't know. But let's just kind of back this up. Let's back this up. 2020, right? When everybody's supposed to be at home because we had the slam-demic going on. Megan Thee Stallion, Kelsey, and Torey Lanez were at Kylie Jenner's house, living it up in the city, right? In Calabasas or wherever they were, Beverly Hills, at a pool party. Now, things got a little weird at that pool party because I guess Megan Thee Stallion, well, I know Megan was in Torey, and Kelsey apparently was messing around with Torey, and with those two girls there, he was doing his thing with Kylie. And so they ended up leaving or whatever. And so we all now know, you know, there was some sort of fight that was ensued and pew-pews went off. And this story has always confused me. And this is where the part gets confusing for me, is that when I initially heard the story, I think it was lovebscott.com, I heard that Megan actually stepped on glass and she put her foot on glass. And so then it later comes out that no, she was actually she was shot. But then it comes back, no, she wasn't shot. It was bullet fragments that like grazed her foot. And then a couple of days afterwards, however, a week or so, or maybe a few days after the incident, we see Megan at the club dancing. And it's like, girl, if you got shot in your foot, how you out in the club? Shouldn't you be at home recovering? I don't know. So this is a case that has always confused me. Nevertheless, a couple of years later, they go to trial. Torey is found convicted of shooting Megan in the foot. He was a felon in possession of a gun, which is another charge, another felony, and likely he's gonna have to go back to Canada when he gets out of prison, because he's gonna have to be deported because he's not from this country, and that's typically what happens, right? So the story never sat right with me. And even when they went to trial, it just didn't sit right with me. And I say what you want or whatever in regards to my opinion about this whole case, because I know people say, oh no, you need to believe Megan. I'm not saying that I don't believe her. I'm not saying I don't believe something didn't go down that night. But why did Kelsey get granted immunity to testify?
We are on a 15-minute break. Got to get back into the courtroom very quickly. I sat at 12 o'clock directly in Kelsey's line of vision. I watched her testify. I watched her deny that Torey threatened to shoot her. I watched her confess that she lied to the police when she said that. The reason why she was lying to the police, the investigators, is because she wanted to protect herself. OMG. The rest of the testimony that we just saw in the after lunch session was a prosecutor holding on for dear life to a recording between her, a police investigator, and another LA County prosecutor, and Kelsey, and just replaying that recording and saying, Kelsey, didn't you say this? And Kelsey saying, I did. Kelsey, is that true? And Kelsey saying, no, I lied. Did the LA County prosecutors give Kelsey immunity? I think so. They did, didn't they? That's what I reported this morning. That's what I saw in this courtroom. Does Kelsey sound like a believable witness? No. Is Torey Lanez accusing her of being the shooter? Yes. I'll tell you something. That jury, most of them, it looked like they had their mind made up. I don't know which way, but they saw that person say that I lied about all that to protect myself. They're going to hear that there was gunshot residue on her.
That means that you committed some sort of crime, right? And in order for you to be able to testify truthfully of what happened, you took a deal with the state that if you testify to what happened, you're not going to get charged with the crimes that you were a part of. You were a co-defendant, co-conspirator, whatever. And then Kelsey comes out with a song called Who Shot Ya? Which is, girl, and I'm just kind of like, wait, I thought they were friends. But then it was like they were both messing around with the same guy. And I was like, I'm just so confused. I'm so confused by this entire case that I was like, girl. And at the time when all this was going down, I was pregnant, so I wasn't paying that much attention. I was in my first trimester. I was, I wasn't paying close attention. And maybe if I was, maybe I would understand the case a little bit more. But I was just kind of watching it from the sidelines a little bit. Not as invested in it as I am in this Diddy trial. Because, girl, this Diddy trial is so salacious. But whatever. Let me get back to the topic at hand. So, the new evidence, I guess, a bodyguard, and I think this was the bodyguard everybody was asking where was he during the trial, because he has since came out, and I think he said that he heard Kelsey say that she shot Megan, pew pew Megan, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, and so I believe even prior to, like, when all of this came out, there was a witness, an independent witness in the neighborhood, said that they seen two girls fighting, Kelsey and Megan. We already know they were fighting. My understanding that Torey's defense team was arguing at the trial that him and Kelsey were fighting over the gun. Now this is where it gets sticky to me, because Kelsey and Torey were fighting over the gun. And if I can find this clip from Nika Knight, she went to the trial, she covered the trial. And in this clip, she talks about there being a expert witness, I guess, who testified to the type of gun that was used in this crime that was committed. It takes 8.5 pounds of pressure to pew pew it. And then when you hear the gunshots, they're back to back. I think it was 3 times back to back to back. And it's just kind of like, if you're fighting over the gun, it wouldn't be back-to-back shots. It would be probably like one shot. Then you, seconds go later, then you may hear another shot. I don't think it would be back-to-back, like, pow, 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 pow. It sounded like somebody was like, pow, 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 whatever, was shooting up wherever they were. So that was confusing. So it was like either Torey did it or Kelsey did it. I wasn't at the trial, but I'm not totally convinced. Well, I don't know, because I was like, I'm not totally convinced it could have been just Torey. But apparently Torey made some phone calls to Kelsey apologizing and all these other things. Girl, does anyone know what happened? Do they even know what happened? Is what I'm wondering, because it's just kind of like, it's so confusing. Like, why was Kelsey granted immunity? That, like, what crime did she commit? You know? Girl, I don't know. This whole thing. So the new evidence, I think I told you, is the bodyguard saying that he heard Kelsey say she did it. And I can believe that she did do it. People get wrongfully convicted all the time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens. And I believe that Megan's legal, like, Megan's, I don't know if the prosecutors, it had to be the prosecutors. They were apparently, if I could find it, because I glazed through it on Twitter, released like PowerPoint slides or whatever. And I was like, girl, I ain't going through all that. But I made for the purpose of this video, I may just put it in there. Like, laid out the exhibits or the evidence that was introduced into court, proving that Torey did what he did. Girl, I don't know. I think Megan is a victim. Something happened to her. I believe that. I do believe. It's just a matter of who did it. And then so my thing is, truly, like, if I have to put common sense into it, if Kelsey did it, why? And I don't know, maybe his defense tried to say that she did do it. Because, you know, they said it was a struggle over the gun. Why would he, like, girl, I would be shouting to the heavens that Kelsey did it. It wasn't me if I was Torey. I don't see anybody in their right mind doing a 10-year bid over anybody, unless it's like their child, maybe. I don't see that. So then there's the conspiracy, right? The wormhole that I don't understand. Is that Rock Nation has something to do with it.
My God Almighty, I call heaven and earth to be a record today. That Rock Nation, you will crumble. I am an apostle of God.
People are saying Rock Nations have their hand in this. Girl, I don't understand that conspiracy, but what I'm hearing is that Torey, back in 2020, you know, Torey was popping on Instagram, and apparently he figured out a way for him and his fans to make money, and I may be wrong in how I'm saying this, but like it was revolving regarding like NFTs and how he sold, I think he sold his album for like $1 and his fans was able to make money, and he said he figured out the code.
Some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought. It was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand. One of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000, 60,000. Yo, my nigga, and these are sold. They're sold. Go look at the list right now and see how small the sellers list is getting. Y'all don't understand what the fuck is going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the fucking industry? Y'all.
So people are saying Rock Nation, the industry, the peoples that be, that we can't see, has something to do with it. I think that's a little far-fetched. I did not go down the wormhole of that because I still don't understand. But y'all do know his daddy was like, Rock Nation will crumble. And I still don't understand that statement. And maybe that could be. But the truth, you know, is stranger than fiction. And just because I didn't go down that rabbit hole or that wormhole of understanding doesn't mean it could not be true. I love a good conspiracy, but I just don't understand that conspiracy fully. So what do y'all think? Do you think Torey did it? I mean, he was convicted by a fair make of the community, the jurors, right? They said he did it. They felt like the prosecutors were able to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. But again, people get wrongfully convicted all the time, though. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Keep it cute or leave it on mute. This is a safe space to say exactly how you feel. Girl, I don't care. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.